Going to meet someone by the name of Chris at one of our beamlines. He'll be your beamline scientist to talk to you about our medical imaging beamline. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start off with a quick 10-minute introduction about the synchrotron here. Then we'll move into the synchrotron. We'll split into two groups. One group will come with me for a tour. The other group will stay with Chris to discuss the beamline and its applications. Once the tour concludes, we'll swap around, so the other group will get to stay with Chris and the other one will come with me. Okay? So a little bit about our synchrotron. Obviously, the synchrotron is a particle accelerator. We are an electron accelerator here. The synchrotron started its construction in 2006 and was finished in 2008 with a construction cost of approximately $213 million. With that money, they were able to build 9 beamlines when the synchrotron first opened, although we have recently received a grant over the last few years for another 10 or so beamlines. We have a maximum capacity of 38 here at the synchrotron. The synchrotron starts by getting its electrons from our electron gun. You can see this nice line here. Right at the beginning, we use a tungsten element. Tungsten, being a very heavy element, atomic number 74 on the periodic table, has a lot of electrons. We heat that tungsten element to over 1,000 degrees and then use a cathode ring, just positioned 3.3 centimeters from the tungsten ring from the tungsten element to suck electrons off of it. The electrons travel that 3.3 centimeters and they're accelerated to 50% of the speed of light and approximately 100,000 electron volts of energy. As they continue down our linear accelerator, which is this little line here, over the first meter or so, they go from 50% of the speed of light to 99% of the speed of light, but that's still not fast enough for us. They then use the other 12 meters of our linear accelerator to be accelerated up to 99.9987% of the speed of light. Now, you might think, hey, if it's already going to 99.9987% of the speed of light, why do we need the rest of the accelerator? Well, we need to keep giving them energy because that's just not enough energy for us. Once they leave our linear accelerator, they have approximately 100 mega electron volts of energy, but our synchrotron has a capacity for 3 giga electron volts of energy. So as we accelerate them, we use a combination of radio waves. So we have a radio wave resonator inbuilt to our linear accelerator and our rings here. So there is a radio wave and it oscillates at a frequency of 3,000 megahertz. And we use that to essentially accelerate our electrons. They ride the waves like a surfer rides the wave at a beach. As they go down our linear accelerator, we use 3 main types of electromagnets. You can kind of see how everything is color-coded. We have our yellow magnets, our red magnets, and our green magnets. I'll show you the prototype around the corner and I'll explain what each one of them does. So they travel down into our first ring. This is what we call our booster ring. You can tell by the name, it boosts our electrons up to a much higher energy. So coming out from 100 mega electron volts, we accelerate them using the same radio waves up to 3 giga electron volts. Obviously, accelerating them, they're not actually accelerating, they're gaining energy, they gain mass, they gain momentum. Now, a little bit of a property of anything as we want to direct it around a corner, it has to lose energy in the straight direction to keep turning, which is what we use these big powerful magnets here for. The yellow magnets are our bending magnets. As they turn, they have to give off energy. That energy is in the form of photons, the light that we use at the synchrotron to conduct our experiments every day of the week. As they go around our smaller ring, our booster ring, they actually are able to do 2.4 million laps a second, and then we pass them to our larger ring, our storage ring. Now, our storage ring is where we're able to conduct our experiments. They orbit about 1.4 million times a second, and we're able to take the light that they emit as they turn constantly and send it down our beamlines here, which are our areas here running at the tangent. Now, at the synchrotron, obviously this is a radiation facility, so everything is built up to standard to keep everybody safe. The walls that you see here on our storage ring, booster ring, linear accelerator, and our hutches are up to 80 centimeters thick of concrete and lead, so that no radiation comes out of them. You'll see in the facility, everything is big and secure. If you want to actually run an experiment in one of our beamlines, there's a whole process to arm the room before the beam can be turned on if you're using a radiation beamline. As these electrons are coming around our storage ring, they give off a whole range of light, all the way from infrared up to X-rays. We call that Bragg radiation. And essentially what we do is each individual beamline here can take a small section of the wavelengths of light produced from this Bragg radiation and use it for their experiment. So one section might say, hey, we just want infrared. Another section says we want medium energy X-rays. Another one says, hey, we want high energy X-rays. So they filter out the light to whatever wavelength they want, and they use that for their experiments. One of the properties here is all of the light here from the synchrotron is collimated, meaning that it is all the same wavelength, the same phase, so that we get one type of light continuously. We're then able to focus that down into a small beam of approximately 2 microns in size. Okay, does anybody have any questions while we're here about the synchrotron, how it functions? No? So yeah, as I said, we started off with 10 operational beamlines, currently building 10 more. Some of the beamlines you will see, we've got our medical imaging beamline, which starts right at the front there. It actually runs down a 130-meter long beamline into the user hutch just on the outside over there. That's because we hope to use it for medical imaging, and if you wanted to stick someone in a medical x-ray, you can't exactly use a 2-micron x-ray to scan a person, so the beam diverges as it goes down. Alrighty, we are going to head in and we'll split our groups up, okay?
Đi trước luôn, đi luôn.
Đi đâu? Nhóm ở lại nghe về máy móc gì đó, còn nhóm thì vô.
Có vị lớn đúng không? Nhìn nữa cũng hơi lớn lớn.
Supposed to be so. How much energy is it going to use? I think maybe the reason that we never have blackout. Do you know what blackout is?
No.
Maybe because we are right next to the synchrotron. They need energy to sustain the machine. So we never had blackout in this area. That's how I say.
Delivering real benefits. Real life. Car.
What are we going to see? And then if the wire 80 centimeter thick, we are not going to see it.